we go. All right, so Canvas tips. So we're all teaching with Canvas, some more than others. All right, a lot of the instructions is still remote, even though we're going to try to adjust to going back on campus. You kind of saw the news. I think some classes can still do on campus for these beginning 3 weeks, and some courses are kind of reverting back to the online instruction. But regardless, whether you're teaching like an online course or not, we use Canvas a lot. Okay, so even if you have like a face-to-face classroom, hopefully these tips are still relevant in that situation. Okay. So the topics that I put on, and I have some more at the end. I put six sounds like a good number, so I went with 6. It's things that I've sort of learned as I am doing. I'm working with Canvas. I think I've worked with Canvas. When did our district get Canvas? Like what, 3 years ago already? So I've been sort of learning. I didn't work with Canvas before then. It was all Blackboard. So I've been learning how to work with Canvas throughout that time. And every semester it's like learning something new. I have a lot of interest in, humanizing the students' experience, making students feel welcome. So these are some of the things that I learned from last semester as I went through workshops myself. So I want to share those. So I'm by no means an expert, so please jump in with any sort of thoughts or comments and suggestions that you have. So yeah, some of the topics I want to look at. Making a humanized Canvas course card, viewing submission comments. Sometimes I sort of, in the past, I missed those, and it's sort of, there's a quick way of seeing submission comments from the inbox. Making a Canvas banner and welcome page to welcome students to your course. Looking at some automatic gradebook settings that could save you some time. Looking at the Gradebook notes features and the feature where you can message students who. Okay, so all these are sort of, I love. Okay, so let's look at the humanized course card. Okay, so your course card, when your course appears, your course card is blank. It is set to a certain color. So let me actually look at my dashboard. And I'll show you what I mean. All right. So yeah, your course appears and it's usually just like a blank color over here, okay? Now you and students can change the color from the dashboard here. Like if you want to change the color, then you can change the color, and the students can also. But you can also insert a picture there, okay? So you can see some of the courses that I have on my dashboard has little pictures, which could, so describe, have some symbol of the course that you're teaching. Like I teach math, so I have an abacus here. Or you can sort of have pictures that welcome students. It's like, yes, this course is for you. Welcome, enter my course. So my sort of, yeah, Brenda.
One little thing is I noticed you have on your course card, it has the color scheme kind of overlaid on it. There is a way to take that off and make it have no, you know how like your photo is kind of like shaded blue?
Yeah.
There's a way to take that off. And I don't remember off the top of my head, but I will look for it so that the color on the photo is the actual color.
Okay, that would be great.
I will look for it and then tell you. Okay.
Thanks. I kind of like the blue haze, but yeah, I think it would be useful to have the original picture there too. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. So yeah, thank you. Okay, so what a humanized course card is to provide like a visual cue for inclusion for students from minoritized groups, for example. So I have an example of two course cards here. One that it's like, here's math, enter your math class. And I have another that sort of shows a picture of minoritized students working together in a technology environment. They might be working on math. So I sort of basically, I went to a workshop from last semester, laying out the welcome mat with the Humanized course card and homepage. So this is sort of the original. This is from the CVCO OEI. This is the sort of webpage with information from that original presentation. So you can sort of have the link to that. I'll put the link to this in the chat in a minute, and you can sort of have access to everything. So the reasoning, which I totally believe, right? The reasoning for sort of using those visual clues is that they work. There's research that shows that it makes students feel more included. Okay, so as students are learning, there are cognitive underminers to prevent success often or access to courses. A lot of minoritized students experience stereotype threat, imposter syndrome, belongingness uncertainty that other students do not. Some students feel, yeah, I belong here, there's no problem, I'm meant to be in this hard math class. And some students experience that doubt. It's like, am I really supposed to be here? Am I going to be successful? College is not for me. Those kind of thoughts might be, conscious or unconscious level, they're there. So having a picture at the front of your page that says you belong here, you are welcome here, is a visual clue that your class is inclusive. Okay. So these affect everyone, but they disproportionately affect students from non-dominant group. Okay. These are micro affirmations. Basically, they are kindness clues of social inclusion. And I like this. These are not my words. Again, I took it from somebody else, but I really like them. They're like marbles in a jar of trust. They accumulate over time. So I'm not saying make this course card and then all your students will feel welcome and successful and totally trust you. They're just the steps along the way, right? They're part of a bigger sort of humanized teaching approach. So just like marbles in a jar. Okay, so I really like this picture and sort of this approach. All right, so as I said, there's kind of research that visual cues of inclusion matter in online classes in particular. Okay, so if you sort of two examples, again, math classes, one that just graphs and one that shows a female student working on statistics. There were a kind of a research study, a gender inclusive image of an advertisement for a STEM MOOC. Those are kind of those big classes, increased the click-through rate among women, but not my men, by 26%. So basically that means if people are interested in taking a course and women see a course in statistics that shows a woman doing statistics, they're more likely to actually look at what that course is. In the same study, adding a gender inclusive course image and inclusivity statement to the enrollment page raised the proportion of women enrolling in STEM courses by up to 18%. Okay, so there's research that shows that these visual clues are important and they work to attract non-dominant groups to certain fields. All right. Okay, so before I go on to show you how to do it, any comments or questions so far? All right, so how do you do it? So to add them in, like the technical part of it is easy. It's fairly easy. Basically, you go to a course. You have to go inside the course to do it. So let me kind of take one that's sort of all right, so I have some random course in here. You go to settings, and then here the course detail, you choose an image, okay? So now you have to find an image that you like, okay? So here, basically there's some links on images that are sort of library of images that are sort of inclusive. And Canvas also has this like Unsplash thing on there that has lots of images. I'll kind of show you that first. So yeah, locate the image that you want. You go to settings and you click on choose image. And now you want to find an image that relates to your course in some way, but also sends a warm, inviting cue to your students. Okay. So there's a Canvas guide for selecting image from Unsplash that's connected to Canvas. And there's also ones that are high-res photos of Black and brown people, women of color in tech, gender spectrum collection. These are all great library of images that you can use. Let's see. Okay, so for example, I choose an image. You can upload an image or do Unsplash. And you can search. For example, what did I search for? I basically wanted one for my trig class. So I went women engineer. I went, trig is, used by lots of engineers. So there I found sort of lots of images that that is like, you can choose from in here. And I can spend like lots of time looking through. I just sort of, oh, I like that one. I like that one. Anyway, so you basically choose one. I ended up choosing this one. I really like this one. So you choose it there, and then you just update the course details. And now that should show on your dashboard. Let me go back to my dashboard. There you go. And as Brenda said, there's like that color filter on there. You can change the color to something that you want, or you can maybe take it away completely. I'm not sure how to do that.
I found out how to do that.
How do you do it?
In the line where it says dashboard, you see how toward the right, there's 3 dots up where it says go up higher above your cards. There, over to the right, those 3 dots, and see how it's color overlay.
Oh,
you click that, it takes it off.
Wow, look at that. So it's so much brighter now.
Yeah, so it just makes it brighter. It just depends on what you like.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. So yes, and that's, yeah, right next to the dashboard with the 3 dots, you can
and when you add the color lay back on, it does the color that you have surrounding the 3 dots on each card. Okay. So like your first picture is kind of orangey. That's because if you take the color lay off, those little 3 dots have that orange circle around it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that's how it knows what color overlay to do.
Okay, that's great. All right, so that's how you turn on and off the color overlay.
Minor, but
some of them look a bit naked without the color overlay. Anyway, there we go. Okay, all right. And so that was number 1, how to add a humanized course card in Canvas. Any questions with that? Okay, cool. It's like, I always think of this Canvas stuff, like sort of the visual aspect kind of things. I taught high school for a bit. It's just like you get your classroom, and in high school, elementary school, whatever, and that's your classroom, right? You don't go from one class to another to teach. So it's kind of like, you make your bulletin board and you put pretty pictures up and you say welcome students to it. And you don't have the bare walls in a room. You add all this stuff to welcome students. So that's sort of part of when you're teaching online, when you're teaching in Canvas, is that sort of prepping the course to say, hey, I want you here. I'm looking forward to teaching you. All right. Okay, let's go to like a quick one, like really quick. Seeing submission comments. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that I sort of have done in the past. I've missed submission comments from students because they submit an assignment and I say, okay, let's grade it. Thank you for submitting this, great work. Or I took a few points because you did that or the other, or maybe a submission comments, I can't read your file. The format that you send is like unreadable to me. I can grade it. And then I go back in like weeks later, and it's like, oh my God, the student actually responded to me in the submission box and I missed it. Okay. So a quick way to see the submission comments from Canvas is to use the inbox. Okay. So if you go to inbox, that shows you the automatic view is that it shows you your the current emails that your students sent you from the courses, but it has a drop-down menu. Okay, so it has the drop-down menu with other things like sent and archived. And the last one is submission comments. So I didn't know that this until last semester. So it's like, oh wow, this is great. I don't think I have any. Do I not have any active courses? Is that what's going on? Let's see if I can figure out. It might be that I don't actually have any active courses on here. But you will see, just like an email box, you will see entries here. And if you click on them, basically it takes you to the course with the assignment where the student make the submission comment, and then you can follow up. Are students able to see submission comments the same way? I don't know. I would say I think so, because I think they have the same setup for their inbox. But I got to check on that. Yeah, let's see. Let me enter the student view and see if that will let me. Let's go to this one. Student view. Inbox. No, I guess I can enter that functionality as an instructor. I need a student. I should ask one of my kids if they look at their account. Okay, so yeah, that was it for this one. Any questions, comments on that topic? Are there other ways that you kind of keep track of comments from students? That's a good good pointer for other instructors. Okay, so can move on to adding a Canvas banner and welcome page to your course. Okay, so I think when I sort of going up and down. I think sort of when I taught in Blackboard, I used to have a welcome page, had my picture. It's like, oh, welcome everybody, blah, blah, blah. And then I did that in Canvas too. But I think maybe in the last couple of semesters, I forgot to do it. And then sort of I noticed that when I entered my course, it was just student-centered at the modules, week 1, week 2, week 3. And then it sort of was like, wow, I don't know if my students even know who their teacher is, right? So I kind of like, I need to have something in the course when students enter it, it's welcoming, they know who their teacher is, and they know something about the course to kind of lead them somewhere else, okay? So the goals of a banner or welcome page is that, well, it's visual pleasing, again, sort of decorating your classroom kind of thing. Greet students with your warm human presence, all right? So kind of they get to know who you are a little bit, whatever you want to sort of reveal about yourself. Clearly guide students to their next step. And provide some relevant and concise information. I like the concise part. You don't have to kind of go too crazy and long, because there's lots of other information that you put in modules that sort of explain to each part of the course. You can sort of include a banner with sufficient color contrast and an alt text, right? So we can put alt text in there. Brief video with or a friendly photograph of you, or both. Some sort of start link that takes students to their first module, and fairly minimal links and text, okay? Because again, you don't want them to read pages and pages and be overwhelmed. You just want to welcome them, all right? Any comments, questions? All right. Okay, so let me show you what I've been working on. So I have a class coming up. Maybe, I still don't know if it's gonna run or not. That's the question. All right, so Math 104 is my sort of course card. And here's the home page. Let me put it on student view. I guess I tried to sort of take that advice to make my welcome page. And it's basically, you can make any page in the course to be your home page. You can make the modules, or you can make a page that you created. I chose to put the syllabus, the syllabus page in Canvas as my home page, because you can see that after you kind of have all that stuff, there's the summary with all the assignments that are due throughout the course the students can see. So that's, you can choose where to put it. And you can also choose to like pin the announcements at the top. Okay, so you don't have to put the announcement at the top, but you can sort of tell Canvas, yeah, put the last 3 announcements on the top of this page so students can see it. So there's like a variety of things that you could do. All right. So kind of following the advice, I put, oh, I made this too big. All right. I got a banner, welcome to Trig. And then my contact information, picture of me, sort of when they can sort of see me and stuff like that. A little welcome, you know, feel your instructor. I'm very excited to start class with you, and sort of how the class is going to run. And then links on what to do. Okay, how do you get started? Where to go in the first week as you're entering the course. And then I kind of get them to, you know, how do you navigate through the course, either through the links or I made buttons. These are, I learned how to make just last week. And then a video introduction of me. And this is not so much about the course, it's more about, this is who I am, these are my hobbies, these are my kids, these are where I went to college, that kind of stuff. And then a link to like college announcements, okay? So this is the landing page for the course.
How do you make those buttons?
All right, yeah, I'm gonna get to that, yes. Okay, so the banner I made with Canva, okay, so if you guys have heard of, Canva is not related to Canvas, they just have very similar names. I have a Canva account, and teachers in education, there's free education Canva accounts. I kind of got used to it. It's just nice to make posters, flyers, presentations, banners, all that stuff. They have a lot of templates, so it saves you a lot of time. Yeah, if you can create a free Canva education amount if you have an EDU email. If you have your account, so you can create one, you'll get free access. I think I'm actually need to do that. I think I actually paying for my Canva account because I didn't know that there was a free one. So I need to go there and do this. So you can get a free account for an education address. But I'll get to the buttons in a minute. So basically there's lots of different templates. So basically I searched for banner math. And then there's like lots and lots of different banners that you can choose from, or you can make one from scratch. And then once you kind of choose a banner, you can adjust things. So welcome to trigonometry, if I want to, okay? And you can sort of change the font and the size and all that stuff. And once you do, you can save this as a file, a JPEG or a PNG or whatever you need. You can save it as, and then you can upload it into this page, and that becomes your banner. All right. The buttons I made with the button factory. That's what it's called. So it's a free button generator. So basically you type in whatever text you want. You can set the font size, padding, whatever you want to adjust it to make it, you know, to your liking. You can set the color, and then you download. You can download it to whatever file type. I don't know what's best, but you can download it and then upload it to your Canvas page. And then I did that, and then I just linked it to different parts of my course. Okay. Okay. Any questions or comments on so far on that? Okay. Yeah. Let me go to the edit side of this. All right. So if you can see, I have my banner. If you go to image options, please put the alt text in the images. I think that's, you know, obviously really good for students that need accessibility options. I usually sort of take away the extension. I just sort of describe. Let's see. So, oops, I think I got rid of it. Image options. Just describe what the image is. So you can say, welcome to trigonometry. Okay, so just a fairly short description of the image. Sorry, I keep messing up. Because then the screen reader will read this for the students, and then you can say done. And then I have my image, and for that image too, I just sort of put a description in the alt text that said, I don't know what that, I thought I changed this, but anyway, I could say photo of Professor Ann. There you go. Okay. You can see some of this stuff I organize in tables. Like if I want to put things on the same line and I want to sort of keep them a bit organized, I insert a table and then I sort of put different parts of it. And then, yeah, with the buttons, basically I just uploaded each of the images here. And then you can link. Okay, so you can sort of insert a link. So insert a link to, that one already has the link. So let me remove it. So insert a link to course links. So if you have the course links here, I can insert the link to like the course navigation. And I want these to go to the modules page. Okay, so each of these are linked to, this is linked to my Zoom address. This is linked to my liquid syllabus, the gradebook, and so on. Okay. All right, any questions about a homepage with a welcome banner? Oh, what does Canva do? Okay, Canva is makes pretty images, basically. You can, there's lots of different templates, or you can create from scratch. Like you can sort of see, these are my recent designs. I created a banner for my course. I created a poster for this presentation and a new one. I created my email signature, posters for my, you know, Girls to Code Club. So basically I just, and you can do like full presentations. So yeah, check it out. I think it's, I used to make everything like in Google Slides, and then I found Canva and it's like, oh, let me try this out. And I like Canva a lot. All right, Any other questions or suggestions, tips that you have for a front page? What do you guys put on a front page in Canvas? I think my sort of goal as I'm creating Canvas pages nowadays is to kind of make sure that I make them as accessible as possible. So if I include images, doing the alt text for them, using the accessibility checker to kind of, figure out if there's any issues. All right, I like that. Include a textbook information, a picture of the textbook. Oh, that's a great idea. So yeah, probably in the welcome information, I could say, this is what you need for this class. This is the textbook that you need to buy. I like that. Any other things that you guys include in a front page for the students? Okay. All right. All right, let's move to the next topic. So the automatic gradebook settings. Okay, so these, again, I found out, like most things I learn is after I've done things like the wrong way for a long time. And then I find these out, like somebody teaches me, and it's like, oh my God, it's so much easier to do this, okay? So let's go to Gradebook. Let's go to this. I have students in my class, but there's no assignments, okay? So there is a gearbox over here, okay? So in the gearbox, you can set some policies. So the late policies is if you accept late work, but if you want to apply some automatic penalty for late work, then you can do it here, and it just Canvas calculates it automatically. The first option here is that, grade for missing submissions. I don't know why it's set at 100%, but anyway, you can, if you have any missing submission, if you leave it blank, then it just leaves it blank. But if you can click this and you can set it to, automatically fill into 0. Okay. And this other box here is doing deduction for late submissions. So you can have like a certain percentage that Canvas takes off for like each day that it's late by hour. Oh my God, sorry. Imagine deducting like 1% an hour. That would be crazy. Anyway, and you can cap it. You basically, it's like, you can have like the lowest possible grade to be 0, or you can have a 50% or something, right? You can submit it, up to this day, or you can have put a minimum grade on there too. And then you just apply settings, so that then every time somebody turns in work late, then that submission, that deduction gets submitted. Okay, so if you click that box, you can get that done. The grade posting policy, I'm not really going to talk that much, but you can sort of, it's automatically set to automatically posting grades. You can do manually post grades. These are sort of hidden by default. You can also, I do this usually like assignment by assignment. Like, for example, for an exam, I might not want students to see their grades as I'm grading, because well, of course, they communicate with each other. So it's like, I got my grade. How come I didn't get my grade? And then I start getting all these emails. It's just like, oh, my friend in your class said they already got your grade. So, it takes me sometimes a long time to grade. And somebody might get their grade on Monday and somebody on Wednesday. And I don't want to get like all the emails. So I usually hide exam grades, especially like after I grade all the exams, I might go through and say, oh, well, that problem might have been a bit tough. I might just sort of drop that grade or adjust it or give them some, something. So if I keep changing the grades and it shows instantly, they get freaked out. Yes, okay, so the Lila, that's how I was gonna go to next. So you can automatically drop lowest grades on assignments, which is also really convenient. Again, I learned that this last semester. So besides doing the deduction on each, you can set this to drop lowest grades on assignments. So that you do from the assignments menu. So you go to assignments, and you have, I usually have like different categories. This one is all in one category because I haven't finished setting up my course. I usually have quizzes and exams and homeworks and discussions that I might have like 4 or 5 categories. So you go to that particular category, to the buttons here, and you edit. And from here, you can tell to drop however many lowest scores. You can drop 0 lowest scores, or 1 or 2 or 5, and then it does it. So I usually do this like at the end. So I don't set it up like at the beginning of the semester. I don't have it like running throughout. When I'm finalizing my grades, like after all my grades are in, then I do this here. I say, okay, I'm gonna drop the lowest homework or the lowest 2 homework grades. And I do it, I put a 2 in there, and then Canvas just recalculates everything. You can also drop highest score grades. That's interesting. But this is also useful too. Like you can specify which assignments never to drop. So for example, if you might want to drop the lowest quiz grade, but you want everybody's like first quiz to count or final exam to count or something, then you can add this to the list, right? So you have a drop down from here. It's like, yes, you can drop the 2 lowest grades except for these particular assignments. I want all those to stay in there, okay? All right, cool. Any questions with that part? All right. So there's, again, links to guides of how to do all this stuff in the presentation, which I'll give you in a second. Maybe I should do it now. Let me see. Let me give you share the link to this right now so I don't forget. Copy, paste. There we go. Let's present. All right, good. Yeah, that's the link to the presentation. If you open it up, then the links take you to the Canvas guides for these particular things. Okay. All right. Next up, the Gradebook notes feature. Okay, so this one I've used recently. I find it very helpful. I don't know why it's automatic. Some of these are automatically hidden. I guess they just probably you get like too overwhelmed with stuff, right? So the Gradebook's notes feature you can do from the Gradebook, and you go to View, and you click on Notes. Okay, so notice that this adds a column in your Notes feature, and you can type stuff that might little notes. The students will not see this. This is just like you will see the notes, but the students will not see it. So I use it for kind of reminding me of things. For example, if a student has extended time, then I will drop a note here, needs 1.5 time. Okay, and then when I'm sort of setting things up, then I immediately know which students need extended time. But I might also have students that are like, oh, they told me that they're going to a funeral and they're going to be out this week. I better put that in there to remind me that they're going to be out this week. So I shouldn't sort of put zeros on assignments while they're out doing whatever they need to do, and then follow up with them when they come back. Okay. So this, I mean, I'm sure a lot of instructors have these organized in different ways. You can have them in an Excel sheet, you can have them like different areas that you put it, but it's just like really convenient to have like that one column there where you can sort of just have it as you're grading, and you can refer back to the notes. So I'm finding it again, I started using last semester. I'm finding it like really, really useful. I also like, I have them do like a survey or some sort of math autobiography at the beginning, like tell me about yourself, what your history of math, anything else about you that you like me to know. And if I notice things, I might put in there, like first generation students or math anxiety or something that you can sort of put in the notes about your students to kind of remind you who they are. You're humanizing, you're personalizing your interaction with them if you have like some quick notes on there. All right, any questions on that or comments? Anything that you guys use to sort of help you out with reminders about students?
How do you add the notes again?
All right, here we go. It's in Gradebook under View. So View, the notes is usually unchecked. So you just check it and it appears. Okay. All right, anything else on this?
And I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I'm working on my classes. You're doing some of these things. And so I was doing sorry, I raised my hand, but you were already in Gradebook. The slide before, yeah. Right? So in the beginning of the semester, I have stupid little extra credit things. So post a picture of yourself and I give you 5 points so that people can actually see one another. So I'm assuming if I was going to do the automatic Gradebook and I was dropping the lowest score, which I love, thank you for showing me that. I always did that manually. I'm assuming I have to put the extra credit in there, right? Because I don't want him to drop that if it gets a 0.
Yeah. I'm still having trouble figuring out how to do extra credit well.
Okay.
In Canvas.
Okay.
Because I have mine set up as like category with different percentages. And I want to do extra credit at the end. And I'm sort of still trying to figure out how to do it the best. I think the best way I found, like the advice to doing extra credit, is to make a separate category called extra credit, which is worth like, I think 0% of the grade, and then make an assignment in there, like 100 points or something, and then add it on top of everything else. So it has its own separate category. And then when you're dropping the lowest grade on a quiz or an assignment, then it's not going to touch that.
Okay. So, and I moved away from, so sorry if you can tell me, I'll talk to you Lisa later. Yeah. I moved away from putting everything in categories only because when I had it in categories, then on the syllabus list where it listed the assignments, sometimes the due dates got messed up when it was by categories. And so my students were struggling. And so then I just put them all in one category, all my assignments, everything, no matter what it was.
Yeah.
Have you found that? Because I like that your syllabus is your homepage, but have you found that your due dates are messed up because of that?
I haven't noticed.
All right. Just shoot me an email if you're like, no, Lisa, you're crazy.
Yeah. I'll have a look at that. But yeah, I haven't noticed that, but I'm not sure if I'm just not paying attention, but yeah, I haven't noticed that.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, those are good things to look at. Thank you for mentioning them, but I'll keep an eye out for that. Any other questions, comments about this stuff so far? Okay, so the last thing on my 6 quick tips is messaging students who. And more I've started using this because I think it's just like really convenient. It's already set up in Canvas and it really helps to reaching out to students. I think I was sort of hesitant to do it a while ago, like bugging students, right? But it's not really bugging students. It's sort of being there for them, noticing them, so it is part of humanizing a course when you notice your student did not turn an assignment or did not do that great or did really well, and you want to acknowledge that they did really well. So messaging students who is really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm teaching like class, in intercession, and they had an exam due. And I went through and looked at the exam, and I noticed like, oh, 6 people haven't submitted yet. And there's like 90 minutes left before the deadline. So I went through and I messaged the students like, hey, you have 90 minutes to go in an exam that's supposed to take you 90 minutes. You better start now, otherwise you're not going to finish it. And then I checked back like 10 minutes later, and almost all the students started it. So basically just like making sure that they're even like being proactive, and it's sort of getting them to not after the fact. It's like, oh yeah, you missed the exam, that's too bad for you now. So just kind of being on top of it and messaging, kind of sending students a message that's as you noticing that they're not turning work, or they haven't started an assignment that they should have, or so on. Okay, so so let's look at how to do this. So you basically go to the gradebook and you pick the assignment. So they might have done this homework, and it's the grades are there, but you're noticing that some students haven't turned it in. So you message students who, and then you have some categories to choose from. Haven't submitted yet, or scored less than a particular percent. So maybe you want to message students who scored less than 50%. Or scored more than a particular percent, right? To kind of go, yay, great job, right? So, and then you type this message in. It's like, hey, I noticed you haven't turned your last homework in. I just want to let you know that you still have like 3 days to turn it in. There will be a small deduction for lateness, but you can still do it. I encourage you to do it. Come to office hours. Here's my Zoom link, whatever. So you basically send them a message that that tells them that I'm noticing what you're doing. I want to help you if you need help, or, you know, great job on that project exam. You score more than you got A's. And it doesn't, you can personalize it. Like it can sound like you're sending it to that one person, even though you might have like 5 students on that list. You can sort of, you don't have to include names, but it sounds, the message sounds personal. And you're there for them, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, flex number. I will send it to you. I don't have a flex number right now because I think I submitted the workshop request like not in time, so it wasn't put on the schedule. But I'm taking a picture of the participant list right now. And I'm gonna email it to you guys when I have one, okay? Fortunately, I'm doing the same workshop on Thursday too. So if that one doesn't work, then you can use the other. All right, have you guys seen the message? Who's using it? Do you guys like it? What do you think about this feature? Okay, cool. Yeah, I love message too. I think it's nice. I also like I mean, there's so many things about Canvas. There's some annoying and some really great. Like I like the color scheme, like, you know how it's like different colors for like blues and the reds that kind of warns you. It's like, oh, these are late and these are stuff like that. And you can actually like change the color scheme too, to like your favorite colors. But anyway, so that's it. Those are my 6 tips. You can contact me. I'm sort of your online faculty mentor. There's my email. I'll keep having live office hours every Tuesday afternoon. Basically, I just open my Zoom and I grade if nobody shows up, which is fine. But if you want to show up, then you can. If this doesn't work for you, just email me, and I usually set up a time with people to meet one-on-one to go over any questions that you have, okay? There's a few more slides on here. If you kind of want to look through them, sort of from stuff that I've talked about in the past and other links on how to do things. So like lots of different things about Canvas if you just kind of want to go through. But I want you to, I'm trying to sort of be good about this. There's a professional development evaluation form. I think Laura Gonzalez is in charge of our professional development. She likes to sort of keep track of what kind of professional development we're doing in Miramar. Not that she likes to, but I think it's good to have the data collection to help us analyze what we're doing. So please fill that out. And sort of in the last 5 minutes, as you are here, you might as well fill it out. Thanks for coming. Please stick by if you have any more questions, but otherwise, I'm sure I'll see you in other meetings and presentations, and I'm here for you this semester, as always.
Thank you, Anne.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thanks, Anne.
You're welcome.
Whoops. I also, sorry, I'm trying to get here. And I wasn't able to use the, the feature you had posted last semester regarding the, the college announcements and stuff like that.
Okay.
Could you somehow maybe, and I don't know if you have, could you post that or send it to me? I mean, you don't have to post it, on the DL, but
yeah,
I'd love to get that link again.
Let me see. Yeah, I can do it now. So you just like embedding the college's announcements.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me get you the embed code right now. So let's see. I'll go. It's always easier. Oops. No, what do I want? I want Google Slides. Google Slides.
Okay.
All right. College announcements, file, publish to the web, embed code.
And I would just embed that, on one of my modules then, right?
Yeah, so basically, the way I have it set up here is that I have it in the welcome page. So in my welcome page to put it on, I'll send it on the DL too with instructions, but yeah, to put it on, let me find the space here. There's a little cloud. So in the editor here, if you go to the buttons, there's a little cloud. And then you copy and paste the embed code there and you submit it. And then you just put the slideshow in there.
Okay. That's great. That really helps. I wasn't able to embed. I think I did. No, I didn't do it. But I said, oh, I need to do this. It's such a, it's so much easier, because you already are putting it up. So
yeah, like I have it on my front page. Some people put it like they have like a page with resources. Where they have like, here's the link to the counseling, here's the link to the food distribution, here's the announcement page. Yeah, so it kind of depends how you want to do it, but yeah, that's how you embed stuff.
Okay, and then one last question. Do you have? I'm sorry. Do you have another?
Yeah, I have time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in the liquid syllabus, right? I saw something that said that you could actually print it out, through Google Sites.
Yeah.
But I haven't found that secret.
I know somebody said that they could, and I haven't found a good way. Who said it might have? Was it Laura Gonzalez who said that?
I'm not,
sure.
yeah, I'm not totally sure
Yeah,
either. But
let me,
that was something that just came up because, you know, I'm making this liquid syllabus.
yeah, because I wouldn't mind knowing how to do that too, because it's I think it's, let me see, I'm looking at it. Top transparent tools. No. Because it would be really convenient to just print it out.
Right, right.
Because what I do right now is like I sort of copy and paste the text and make like a different version of it. So it just like be more convenient to not do that.
Yeah. Whoops, hold on. Then the other thing, yes.
So what do you do? Maybe just okay. Let me show you what I'm trying.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my liquid syllabus.
Yes.
I just like right clicking on it and I go to print. And it's and I think you can print it as a PDF, or does it just print like that first page? I have no idea.
Okay. So where did, okay, I'm sorry, back up. I was, okay, so from there, you just right click?
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna, no, it's not, it didn't work. It just basically just printed this section of it, like not the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's not very good. Yeah, I think I need to figure out, I need to look it up and see, because that would be a really nice thing to know how to do.
Yeah, and I saw something on it, but I wasn't finding it. I wasn't finding the buttons or whatever to print it. Like it didn't show, you know. Okay, then maybe one last thing, and sorry, since I have you here, you know, on okay, so I'm going back to the liquid syllabus that I thought I made, but I'm not finding it now. So if I wanted to copy another, you know, last year's, the fall semester, liquid syllabus.
Yeah.
I tried that and I made the changes. Now I'm not seeing it on my Google sites.
Oh. Do you have, so you are on your Google Sites website?
Yeah. Yes. So I'm wondering, did it not? So I copied, I think I did. I think what I did.
Yeah, you did a copy. Yeah, because I've seen that too. You do.
Right.
You
or
go to the thing and you say make a copy.
Yes.
And you copy the site.
And I copy the slides and now I'm not finding it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
What happened to it?
Yeah, I have like in my Google Slides folder, I have a copy of, like I have Math 104 and then I have a copy of Math 104.
Because doesn't this automatically save?
Yeah.
Okay, gosh, I hope I don't have to do it again to read.
Do you have like an idea of when? I mean, do you have like lots of
this was last year. I did last semester. I just did one, you know, because I was exploring the liquid syllabus. So I did one last semester, and that's what I did was copy it. And while I was working on it, I was seeing both of them in my in the Google site.
Yeah.
So
do you have Google Sites up now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share your screen and let me have a peek?
Yeah. And I'm wondering, I'll share my screen. Hold on a second. Okay. So see, here's the child. Do you see it, Anne?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
now,
so you have those.
Yeah. So now I'm wondering, maybe
is it under a different account?
Another. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Having too many accounts, right?
Well, I have the 2 accounts, and so I guess I did it there. Okay. So it's here.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness. I thought, oh no, all that work, to change it. And then
I know. I hate losing work after, you did so much and then it's
oh my goodness. And then okay, so I'm going to attempt today my second syllabus for another class.
Mhm.
I want to thank you, Anne, I was so amazed at how quickly we got Kyoka,